Hi Sagittarius, this is your mid-September 2020 card reading, and your animal oracle spirit is the Moth Spirit. So for I think the rest of the month of September, or so forth, the main topic for you is going to be about trying to get out of a toxic situation. It's probably a toxic situation, that you've been in for a while. The Moth Spirit has to do with us constantly catering to something that we want, chasing after a relationship that may be unhealthy that we really want, but it's unhealthy, or any sort of thing like that, right? That you're chasing after and you just won't give up on. It's just this toxic thing that's not really going anywhere. You know it's not going anywhere, but you just can't let go. And I think that that's kind of what the Moth Spirit is saying here for you, is that it's time to let go. It says surrender now. It is time to let go. It's time to move on to something else. This isn't working. This isn't healthy. You know it's not working. You know it's not healthy. So I think for you too, some cards presenting themselves. We do have this King of Swords, this control thing. This is breaking free of that control though, right? This controlling individual. It could be a male energy, but it doesn't have to be. But this control is being broken. So I don't know if someone in your life, in your relationship, tries to control you, or you feel like they are controlling something. You're not as free as you'd like to be. And it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be work too. Maybe you're not free to really express yourself or bring all that you have to offer to the table because your boss doesn't allow you to. You're definitely kind of sitting around though and thinking about what you don't have out of life. You're thinking about, maybe comparing yourself to what other people have and feeling like you don't have enough or it's not good enough. This relationship, maybe you sit back and you think about your relationship. Is this relationship healthy or good enough? You do have the Ten of Cups too in reverse here, right? So there may be arguments going on too. Some stress. Maybe you're not seeing eye to eye with your significant other or with your boss. And you're just sitting here thinking, oh, I wish it could be this way. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. I wish I had it like so-and-so. I wish our relationship was like theirs. There's a lot of those questions, and you just don't feel like it's quite right. It's feeling a little bit empty and off for you. And again, it doesn't have to be a relationship with your significant other. It could be at work. It could be with your friends. Just realizing something is not quite right and you're not as happy as you should be. I do feel too that there's some things right here where you're coming from right now. You're coming from this place of being kind of closed off as well. I mean, you may not be honest with how you feel in the situation with your boss or with your significant other, with your friend. I think maybe you keep it to yourself how you're feeling because maybe you don't want any drama. Maybe you're just trying to be mature and avoid fights and you just don't really want to get emotional. I think you're pretty tough and you just don't like to show your emotions. I think you just want to seem as that tough individual as well. There's definitely something that has happened now. I don't know if for some of you, I'm not having a lot here to indicate that you were cheated on by your significant other, or a friend did you wrong or some sort of thing. But I do get the feeling that something happened and there's some past situations that you faced with this individual or in this workplace or whatever that just weren't right. That just didn't make you feel right or happy, or maybe it made you feel a little bit uncomfortable, or it just felt kind of off, right? It wasn't all happy, I feel like there may have been some sort of drama, that you're coming from something of drama in your past. You're also not really putting effort into, although you're feeling this way, again, back to that feeling closed off and not being open, I don't think you want to come out and say how you're feeling. Like, you're not taking action. You're not really doing anything to change the situation. You're not entirely happy, but you're not really doing anything. For you to kind of get over the situation, leave this toxic situation, move into a healthier situation, whether it be in a healthier relationship or a healthier job, like job sort of situation, we do have the Strength card here, right? So, I mean, this is good because it's being strong, getting through something, having that strength, having that courage. But it's also indicating, too, being that you have this in the reading, that this is something that weighs heavily on you, too. Like, it's difficult. It's not easy for you to say enough is enough, or I want more, or I don't want to deal with this anymore. I want to leave. I want better. It's not easy for you. And it's not going to get easy. I still don't see you really making a decision yet. I feel like you're just going to keep hanging out here, waiting, you know, going back and forth, weighing out, you know, which direction you should really take here, because you're not really taking action much, right? You're just kind of trying to look at things again. But I feel like, you know, it's time to leave a situation, you're just not doing it. And if you don't do it, you know, it's definitely, you're gonna continue to be unhappy, is basically what your reading's saying here. If you're gonna stay in this toxic situation, expect it to keep staying toxic. It's not going to improve. If you want it to improve, you have to change something. You're gonna have to come out and tell a person, whether it's your significant other, it's your employer, it's your best friend, it's your family member, it's even yourself, that, hey, I'm not happy, something needs to change here. Because if you don't come out and, you know, say that there needs to be some sort of change, it's not going to change. And then for some of you, too, even if you say that there's change that needs to happen, sometimes relationships just aren't meant to be. You know, sometimes it just wasn't meant to be, and it's time for you to be honest with yourself as well. So that's the rest of your reading for September 2020, and good luck, Sagittarius.